Good morning, Hello Pie. I'm Will.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Prince. Welcome to Tiny TV.
Today is Friday, November 18th, and we're still here in the PAC. We're hitting our stride now at Tiny TV, and we have a full show for you today. So let's get into it, Prince.
Let's get straight into it. Hey, the first thing we got is the Key Club. They hosted a trunk or treat right outside here on October 29th.
Hey, and it was a huge success. Reporter Mo Lawrence was there, and here's her story.
It was very successful. I didn't think we'd have that big of a turnout, and I was really surprised at how many people from the community came out and how many clubs participated.
We thought maybe 100 kids were going to show up, and I think everyone planned for that and ran out of candy in like half an hour. We counted like 400 to 500 people. So I think it was awesome. The community showed up, all the clubs got to participate. It was good.
Major shout out to Key Club and all the other organizations that made the trunk or treat possible. The Drama's program Haunted House was a big success too.
Hey, and that's not all for drama-related news. Drama's most recent play, Romeo and Juliet Remastered, played November 9th and 10th, both after school during 4th period. Mo Lawrence and Pierre Moultrie have more on the show.
The drama program presented the play Romeo and Juliet Remastered last week on November 9th and 10th. Even with competing deadlines of the shows and other projects, they were still able to pull through.
Beginning of the semester, we had to start writing it, or not writing it ourselves, but use the original play as like a storyboard or like a blueprint for how we wrote the one that we're doing.
We kind of got a little sidetracked with the haunted house, but it's good that the haunted house all turned out like nicely and everything came out nice. Now we can shift our focus back to the play.
This play to be this quick from the haunted house to this, I think we're progressing pretty nicely, and there's a lot of hiccups, but we have a great team behind it, so I think we're going to do great.
Work together as a team and rehearse lines really well. Everyone's spending time after school, before school, doing whatever they can to really get into their character.
Working as a team is a crucial part of the program. However, the students have had their own responsibilities for the show. These responsibilities extend from behind the scenes to on stage.
So for sound crew, what we do is we mic up characters and we make sure that their sound is working fine, and during the show we make sure that nobody in the background is picked up.
Mainly focus on the cast, make sure that they're all on set when they need to be, enter when they need to be, exit when they need to be, make sure that their lines are memorized, make sure they have all their needs handled, and make sure that they're doing good.
I've been practicing for my role by working through lines on my own time after school and just rehearsing with peers.
I've more consumed a lot of content where it's a lot of love stories. Just act like that a little and then I'll be good somehow. Or just get that kind of instant kind of chemistry with somebody else, so then it looks like that on stage.
Putting on a show can come with many doubts and concerns. R&J Remastered is no different.
I think my biggest uncertainty and worry would be just all the uncertainties that come with the play.
It's nerve-wracking going up there and all those people just staring at you, and one wrong move can just anything can happen.
A little nervous for my fall and my death scene. It's just something we really need to drill and clean and iron out, but once I get it, I think it's gonna be good.
But besides that, I think we're going to do great. The actors are excited for this, so it's always a plus when they have great energy.
The show officially came to a bittersweet finale. There have been many obstacles along the way, but in the end, it was a success.
We definitely had a lot of last minute just scraping things together and trying to figure stuff out and get all these last minute things done.
There was just a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot of energy, positive energy. I enjoyed it.
Well, everyone put in a lot of work, and it was just, our whole class got a lot closer, and it was a really, really fun experience, and just seeing everyone show out and different people getting over their nerves in different ways and just having fun.
So I thought, but the whole play overall, I thought was amazing. I'm so proud of everyone. They all they did great. We all did great. I thought it was good.
This is Pierre Moultrie working with Mo Lawrence of Channel 5 Tiny TV News, signing off.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was watching the drama program. It was pretty fire. It was a clean show.
Hey, I have to agree, Prince. Even though I wasn't there, I heard from people that was really good.
It was a huge success.
Hey, but speaking of success, the varsity football team finished the season 9-1 on November 11th. The Titans were eliminated from the Sac Joaquin Section Division II playoffs, losing to Del Oro 46-26. However, in the first round of the playoffs on November 4th, senior quarterback Josiah Bateman and junior wide receiver Cassidy Cole hooked up with a game-winning touchdown to beat Tracy of Modesto 41-38. Kimo Gessner and Zachary Lawrence are going to fill that story.
Absolutely.
The tense game at Tracy High had the crowd and players on their toes as junior Cassidy Cole, a towering 6'4" wide receiver, caught the game-winning play with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Felt amazing, the whole team, it's a playoff game, whole team's there, jumped on me, felt like my heart was racing, and like my team, we fought so hard to be in that position the whole game, played great, so.
As for the person throwing the ball, senior Josiah Bateman made a quick decision on putting the ball in the end zone to win the intense game in its final seconds.
So originally it was the corners of the defense were playing off a lot. So originally it was a hitch and go to try and get them to bite down. But as soon as we did the hitch and go, the hitch, they didn't bite. So that as soon as I knew that, I just gotta throw it up and give a 50-50 ball for my receiver, and he did the rest. So.
Hey, our football team, you can always count on them to have a good game going on.
Hey, that's right, Prince. But football and other sports aren't the only competitions going here on campus. Their marching band has fared very well in the competitions this year, but tomorrow is the biggest of all. The championship performance hopes at Lincoln High School in Stockton. Reporters Sagar Pal and Sahib Bhalrhu have filed the story.
The school's band has been tirelessly practicing and rehearsing for the band championship tomorrow.
We have 5 shows throughout the months of October and November. And this show coming up this next weekend will be our final show of the season. So it's basically our championships, which is just like for sports, it's going to be the same thing like their playoffs.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, band had a difficult time attracting members and attending major events.
To be honest with you, it's done a lot. Unfortunately, we had a lot of numbers drop during COVID because band is such a hands-on type class. And when we went to virtual, it just killed it. It also killed our feeder school program a huge amount.
Luckily, though, the future of the band program is looking promising.
So our numbers coming in, our freshman classes over the last 2.5 years have been low. We're hanging in there. We're hoping for it to turn around starting next year. We've got more 8th graders, and behind that, even more 7th graders to help our numbers really well. So we're hanging in there. It's been real tough, though.
Though the past few years have been hard on band, this year's field performance has caught much attention and won multiple awards so far.
This year's band performance is basically a story about good versus evil in the life of the forest. Both the good and the evil are battling over the control of the forest. So throughout the show, evil takes over, kind of gets going on the show. As you can see with our show, the trees turn black and everything's kind of dying off in the forest. But then in the end, the good wins and the forest survives.
This is Sahib Bhalrhu and Sagar Pal reporting for Channel 5 Titan TV, signing off.
Good luck to band tomorrow. Their recent performances have been amazing, and we can't wait to hear how they do.
Absolutely. I can't wait to hear what they got to do. But you know what else is going on? The girls' varsity tennis. They had their playoffs recently. They had a good run, but unfortunately, they lost in the first round. Reporters Mo Lawrence and Pierre Moultrie have our final tennis team story.
Well, we gave it our all, I would say. I know some matches went to 3rd sets. Personally, mine didn't, but a lot of people fought for their match. I could tell our spirit was in it. Although the outcome wasn't great, but we really fought. And I think that's what's more important than actually winning, is that we took our chance and we gave it the best shot we could.
Hey, all these school clubs and sports teams, they've been doing great recently, but let's not forget about the education in the class.
Absolutely not. ASL instructor Madeline Cunningham has been teaching here for the past 2 years. She is currently the only teacher that does not teach Spanish.
She does not do all that Spanish stuff. But Will and I, we spent time in her class a few weeks ago, and it was pretty impressive. Here's her story.
Our school has been introduced to a new subject and a new teacher for the American Sign Language class called ASL. This topic brings excitement and is done so for a good cause, as students are learning how to communicate with the deaf using sign language.
So here at Antelope, we only have levels 1 and 2 because I am the only American Sign Language teacher. Next school year, though, we are going to be offering ASL 3, hopefully, and we're hoping to grow the program. Right now, it is just myself, but we're going to hopefully hire other teachers so that we can grow because students are signing up for it.
Originally, Mrs. Cunningham wanted to become an orthodontist when she grew up, but this changed since she saw that the deaf community was not being treated fairly, as it was very difficult to communicate with the deaf and they lacked resources. This sparked a new passion into her to sign and interpret ASL.
I wanted to be a dentist and then go through ortho school, but then when I was at Sierra College, they offered American Sign Language, which was not offered where I grew up. I grew up in Colorado. And so it's much more popular here in California. So then I started taking courses and I enjoyed it much more than my sciences. So I kept going with ASL.
I definitely would recommend this class to anybody that wants to join, just because it's not an easy A like a Spanish class, something like that. It's very inclusive. It's very fun.
I am really liking ASL just because Spanish is a language that's very vocal, but Ms. Cunningham is a great teacher of her facial expressions, and just learning her body language is a good thing just because I know like the signs of like emotions, so it's a really great class.
We can see her passion for teaching ASL shining on her students as they are kept engaged and enthusiastic about the topic. By doing so, sign language is growing not only in her classroom, but in our community as well, as each day her students are improving their signing.
I would recommend people to take ASL just because it's a more expressive language where they can learn more about people's emotions and just getting to know more culture and languages and just more about sign language.
I say the most challenging part about being an ASL teacher is the different dynamic that ASL brings in learning a language, because it is a fully non-manual language. So we use our hands to communicate, we use our face, our body language, how we shift our body. So the most challenging is getting students to also partake in that and using the language to ask questions versus using the verbal language of English that they're used to.
This is Prince and Will signing off.
Hey, we bet you've all been wondering about those metal boxes around campus, and while the administration is planning on putting vending machines in those areas.
Hey, and you already know we got you covered with that. Here's what we found on that story. Have you guys been wondering what those little box things are out on campus?
So the boxes are new vending machines for our campus. So Nutrition Services, which is a district-wide program, saw that schools needed new vending machines and really needed new food options as students were coming back to school after COVID. And so we have 2 sets of boxes out on campus. So they each will house 3 vending machines, and then additionally we'll have 3 new vending machines in the cafeteria. So that's 9 new vending machines on campus. 3 of them will do breakfast items, 3 of them will have lunch items, and 3 of them will have snack items. So the boxes have been installed. Obviously they're really cool. They're antelope colors, all that. They match with kind of our campus. And then the vending machines themselves, we're hoping to have installed and ready to go by January. So when all of you come back for spring term, there should be some new food options on campus. The other cool thing about it is that they are cashless, right? Because that's always kind of a concern, is that people are going to try and break into them or having that much cash on campus. And so students will use their ID cards or their student ID numbers. You can load money onto that account, and then you can use that to purchase the food.
Student government has had a busy year. Let's see what they've been up to though. Reporters Monica Chavez and Kimo Gessner have more.
This year, the student government has helped provide for school events and set up rallies and red zones, as Megan Bianco, the director of Student Gov, has helped prepare students and team to support our Titans.
So an average Spirit Week here at Antelope can be a little time consuming for the kids. So typically on a Spirit Week, kids are here before school, after school, and then working during their lunches and our class period. I think students should sign up for Student Gov if they want to make a change or see something new brought to campus. Our campus has kind of gone through an overhaul the last couple of years coming back from COVID, and we want to bring the fun back to Antelope and bring us kind of into the future and having fun again.
And I'm a student athlete and I'm publicity commissioner at Student Gov. So in publicity, we advertise a lot in Instagram, posters, try to get people involved as much as possible.
ASB Vice President contributes to Student Gov by helping out the President with anything that's too much for her to take on or anything that she might need help or assistance on. It's an impact to our school because I'm able to help different events here on school like Night Rally, and I'm also able to be a leader around campus.
Student Gov continues to dedicate their time to making our school more eventful for Titan TV. This is Monica Chavez signing off.
And you know what else I found? Recently, some students decided to start a new club, the Literature Club. Reporters Maya Underwood and Camille Morin have more on the club's creation and progress.
The Project Lit Book Club is one of 32 clubs we have here at our school. This club consists of students committed to increasing access of diverse books to other students who may have an interest in reading and writing. Currently, they are working on a special project.
We're currently solving a murder mystery. It's a novel and it's a book that's unorganized, and we're trying to piece it together to solve the different murders in the book. If you have a passion for reading and if you're looking to connect with other people, or even if you just like solving mysteries and like investigating, then I would recommend you to join our club.
The literature club, they be going crazy, just like Drake's new
Just
album
like
going
Drake's
crazy.
album.
He dropped a new album. We're getting new clubs dropping. It's going crazy.
It's a crazy year for us. Hey, well, that's all we got for today's show. This was a lot of news in the past few weeks, but we really hope you enjoyed this show.
I hope you guys did. We'll catch you guys after the break. You guys have a good one, and it's been a blast doing this one too.
Peace out.